One night, a Facepunch Studios developer was staying up at 3 AM working on his game, and he started to feel pain on his left side. He kept working and didn't think much of it at first because he was in his early 30s, but all of a sudden, for a moment, he couldn't breathe. His vision started to have a faint white noise overlay. He laid down and felt numbness in his arm and pain in his chest. His wife then rushed him to the hospital. What caused such a young person to experience something like this? Marina Berry, or known by his online alias Helk, is the lead developer of Rust, a harsh survival game known for its toxic community. Welcome to the Rust community, fag! Rust isn't a bad game. I have over 2,500 hours in it, but I also want to talk about how the passionate community can also be a dick sometimes, especially towards Helk and his team. Helk started off as a charismatic, passionate game developer who really wanted to see his project grow and evolve. Helk and his team pulled all-nighters to make deadlines on time. He worked really hard to make Rust a really good game. Most game developers don't involve themselves too closely with their community, but Helk wanted to be different. He wanted to be involved with the community, and he took feedback from players to tailor the game. It's refreshing to see game admins so involved with their community, but some people take it for granted. Here's a very small slice of the toxicity Helk had to deal with on the r/playrust subreddit. So gun scopes, a highly requested feature of the game, was being added in, and this is what people had to say about it.
Serious, this is stupid. Sniping with scopes is way too easy. Since the start of Rust, players have been crying for scopes now. When we get it, all the assholes come and talk bullshit. What would it actually take to get decent feedback and comments from the community? Starting to think the devs don't even play the game anymore. Do they not realize the roof camping situation is already out of control? Great, first they catered to high-end players, and now they are catering for roof campers? Seriously? What happened to the survival part of the game? You hit a tree and a few nodes and you have a house. Spend a few hours at any environment and you have a high chance of high-end loot and BPs. This game is tedious and lacks creativity.
What's next? Kill streaks?
This scope is as a revolver. They added to CSGO and almost instantly nerfed because it was a failure.
And Helk had this to say.
Guys, come on. This was something that we were bitched at for not having in the game since day one. I finally added because I was going to work on attachments, and this is the response we get. Does anything make you people happy? I really wanted to follow Gary's advice and just never read Reddit. We stay up until 3 AM trying to get something done for the patch because we want to improve the game and make people happy, and then log into this storm of people asking if we've ever played or if we have brains. It sucks and it's super demotivating. I'm not asking you not to bitch about the game. Please do, but please bitch intelligently.
Alright, enough of that. I don't want this to end up being a lame Reddit reading video. If you want to see more, you can visit the subreddit and see for yourself. But to sum everything up, Helk would say something like,
okay guys, here are the solutions while being as balanced as possible. I want to make the game better for everyone. Option A can fix B, but break C. Option C can fix B, but A might end up in the corner. We can introduce option D, but that will break A and B, but option E will fix A, B, and C, but undermine F. Option G can come and save the day, but break H through Z.
Then the community would say,
don't care, just fix it.
This pretty much sums up what Helk and his team had to go through during the peak of Rust development. While all the criticism may have been valid, Rust was marketed as an alpha game at the time. It's supposed to be incomplete and shitty. It was supposed to be a testing ground with many ideas thrown in. I think these players were hoping for a complete game, but they clearly said it was not complete when they bought it. Things will break, things will be changed, things will be swapped around. That's the whole point of an alpha game. Now that the game has been officially released for almost 2 years, there's a lot less drastic changes that made the community in the past revolt and cry, but more on that later. During this mess in alpha, the community got this message from Gary, the founder of Facepunch Studios.
4 hours before the last patch, he was in the emergency room with suspected heart troubles, and yet the patch went out without anyone knowing. You guys have no idea the struggles that happen behind the scenes, how dedicated these guys have to be to put out meaningful patches every week in the face of a lot of negativity. They're all just people.
While the majority of the posts wished him well, a few of them welcomed his dire state of health. When he finally came back from the hospital that night, he posted he was okay. The symptoms were related to a skeletal muscular issue related to sitting at a computer desk for 14 hours straight for several years. But there is no doubt in my mind that the toxic community had a significant role in Helk's suspected demise. The humanity that the community showed Helk was quite unexpected. They welcomed him back with open arms and big hearts. Even then, the damage was done. Helk stepped away from Reddit. As of writing, his last post was over a year ago. The game seems to be picking up as of late, and I'm sure he's doing a lot better for himself and his mental health as well. Thanks Helk and your team at Facepunch for creating a game I can play for hours on end. Despite having been bombarded with toxicity, he pulled through and made the game better for his players. It is now one of the most played games on Steam, and it's still showing signs of growth with big updates released every single month. This is a series of Rust videos that have been on my to-do list for quite some time. Those of you who have followed me in the past know that I have specialized in cinematics and comedy skits, but I wanted to try something different. I have several more ideas and I hope you guys stay for the ride. This is Skwealer, not Skwealer. See you on the next video. Bye.